Yeah, I mean, just a tough, obviously another tough, our starting pitching's got to be a lot better. You know, Chase and Kramer did a great job coming in there and doing their jobs and figuring out ways to keep runs off the board. But our starting pitching has just got to be a lot better if we're going to win games. Again, proud of the offense. We continue to fight, put together great at-bats, keep scoring runs. Found a way to make the game close and just kept coming back. But we just weren't able to do enough early in the game in the last two games of pitching to put us in a spot where we could win ball games. So we just got to get better on the mound early.
Coach, can you tell us a little bit about Leiter's, first inning? Did pretty well.
First inning was great, and just again, I don't know if the home run rattled him, but just another changeup over the heart of the plate that's elevated, and that's kind of been a problem for us the last couple days. And again, those guys are really old and really good offensively, tough at bats. They hammer mistakes. Again, the power. They have one guy with a lot of power. The rest of them, they just give tough at bats, man. They're just really, really tough, and you can't just throw balls down the middle of the plate against them because they hit them. And so we got to be way better at being able to execute and leave balls over the middle of the plate. And I just thought that's what Cam did was got 0-2 to the leadoff guy in the second inning, and then I think it was 1-2, and just a meatball right down the middle, and the guy did what good hitters are supposed to do. And again, I don't know if that rattled him or what. Go back and look at some of the stuff, but just a lot of 0-0 and 0-2 pitches that are up in the zone and down the middle.
Do you think that the pitching is really what you need? Because you ended up getting double-digit hits for all three games today. The offense seems to be kind of just working, I guess you can say.
Yeah, no, I mean, offensively we've been doing a great job. We're putting up runs and scoring enough runs to win ball games. We're just not keeping them off the.
Drew Farreau ended up going 3 for 4 today with 4 RBIs. How big is it to have a true freshman like him out there?
It's just pretty awesome, and he just cuts that home run through the wind. That's the second home run that he has hit through the wind that has been just really impressive. And so, he's doing a good job. We just got to continue to do that from top to bottom. Again, everybody's offensively, we're doing a really good job. John Rice getting on base, Brake's getting on base, McCabe is doing a great job. Tom gets 2 hits out of the gate today. We're doing enough offensively. We just got to figure out a better formula to be able to use also the guys. It stinks when you got to use Kramer when we're down 5 runs in the 8th and 9th. It stinks when you got to use Chase and Tala when you're down 6. So we got to get better early in the game on the mound.
So, Coach, you just mentioned rotation and having to use those guys. How does nearly using 10 pitchers in back-to-back games affect your rotation going forward, and how are you guys going to adjust to that?
In terms of rotation, I don't know. Reevaluate every week, so I'll figure that out. But we just see who's ready to go on Tuesday, and we'll go throw out the best guys we can to try to win the game. And
talking a little bit more about pitching, this weekend, obviously you switched up the starting pitchers. Brought Espy back. Are you reconsidering, kind of going back to what was working with Siena and Clemson, or? Are you...
It's just again every Monday I'll reevaluate kind of where we're at and what I think is the best formula going forward, and we'll do the same this weekend.
How has Cameron Leiter been kind of adapting to the college experience? Do you think he needs a little more time to get that down, or?
I think all freshmen have some kind of transition period. You know what I mean? And he just got to get back to being him. He still hasn't pitched as good as he pitched against our offense in practice in the fall and in January. So he did a really good job where that he can pitch at this level when you can pitch against an old offense like us in practice. I don't care if it's practice or real games. If you can do that, you can handle it. So he's just got to relax and get back to being him and trust his stuff and trust his ability, and just got to get him going.
Coach, what do you expect in the midweek against UNF and moving forward?
Always been a good team and always plays us really, really hard. So it's going to be a dogfight, I'm sure, on Tuesday, and we got to get back on the winning track. So we got to be ready to go and continue to do things that we're doing well, and work on the things that we're doing poorly.
What do you want your team to take away from this series?
Again, I think this game of baseball is you got to show up every single day and you got to compete, and you got to kind of have the hunter mindset and go out and be aggressive. and be ready to go. But at the same time, I think that we learned again that we don't quit, we don't roll over and die. Like, we don't care what the score is. We're going to come out and continue to play and continue to fight. Again, like first game, it ends up going in our favor. This game, I mean, we hit some balls hard. We got really close, had a chance to win it there in the ninth. So we just got to continue to use that going forward when we get down in games. Like, hey, we've been here, we've come back, we've fought. Just keep putting together good at bats and find a way to score runs.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks, Coach.